don't know. I don't know anything. Could be, but I think I would remember that. I don't remember, though, if we did. Someone with a long history from men just got manhandled. Of course I'm terrified.
Meet Ayla Osterloth, the most shameless 18-year-old you will ever see, playing the role of a wife-eyed innocent girl so convincingly you would almost feel sorry for her.
Deep inside, you are scared, to be honest. That's right.
Of course I am.
Did you pull that trigger?
No.
Would you do something like that?
No.
But what Ayla doesn't know is that before she could even open her mouth, detectives already had surveillance footage of her car, and it's going to destroy everything she's about to say.
The casings fell out the window. See what I'm saying? Got that stuff. Got the video. You are under arrest, okay, for attempted first-degree murder.
Can I please talk to someone?
What do you mean?
Like an attorney or something?
On the 6th of November 2023, officers responded to a call in downtown Loveland, Colorado, where they found a group of homeless individuals who had been shot at from a moving vehicle. One man was struck, the bullet catching him in the foot near his small left toe. Before that moment, he was just a man trying to make it through the night the way a lot of people in his situation do without bothering anyone. And he almost didn't make it the next morning because of it. Detective Gerard Cortina and his partner, Detective Moo, quickly began investigating. Within days, the evidence led them to Montana and to a brand new red Volkswagen owned by 18-year-old Ayla Yvonne Osterloth, who was traveling with her fiancé Aaron and their dog Fluke. Now she sits across from detectives who came from Colorado to question her, completely convinced she's going home. The following footage was provided by the Loveland Police Department.
We came a long way to talk to you. Obviously, it's a different state. You're here in Montana, and I want to make sure that we understand something about things. I know a lot about you in the way of just learning about your history and your background and stuff, and there's a reason why we're here. But I want to tell you something. I don't know you. I have nothing against you, and I really mean that when I say that to you, okay? I'll explain everything of why we're here, okay? And I like to think that you will leave here with you not having any unanswered questions, okay? Obviously, you must be in shock, right? And a lot of things are going on right now, and I get that. And what I don't want is to get you in more shock, but all you're going to get from me is complete honesty, okay? You know, how old are you right now?
18.
You're 18? Okay. So how do you like to be called?
Just Ayla.
Ayla? Okay. So my name is Gerard, okay? You can, G, people, whatever, but Gerard is my name. You call me G if you'd like. So Ayla, just knowing, I'm giving you my card, that I'm a detective in Loveland, okay? And like I told you earlier, you're going to get nothing but honesty from me, okay? But before we start, can I expect to get honesty from you?
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that, because that tells me a lot about you, okay? Knowing that I'm a detective from Loveland, Colorado, why would you think that I'm here talking to you?
Honestly, don't know.
Even before she begins to speak, the nervous look on her face has already given her away. Now she's telling detectives who drove in from another state to arrest her that she has no idea why they are there. It makes no sense. That is either the most confident lie anyone could ever tell, or the most foolish answer she could have given. Either way, Detective Cortina is not bothered by it.
So this last trip that you went to Colorado, and you went everywhere that you're explaining you went, were you in Loveland? And I obviously I'm here, and I came a long way,
Yeah.
right? I wouldn't be here if I didn't know some of the answers for the questions that I'm asking you, right?
Yeah.
And so when I ask you, did you even drive through Loveland? You really need to think about, it's just a simple question, right?
Yeah.
Driving through Loveland is not a crime, right?
I know.
It's not a big deal. So that's why I'm just trying to make sure that we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Who was driving? Let me ask you that. Who was driving when you came down from Estes Park?
Me. Yeah, me.
Okay. Who usually drives?
Me for the most part.
How come?
I just like driving.
I mean, traveling the country, it can be very scary for some people. And it doesn't freak you guys out a little bit?
No.
Yeah, you guys have never had any encounters where, like, or anything, your car breaks down or you're scared of maybe?
We've popped tires, but we've popped the same tire twice on one highway, and it's right in town.
Okay. You ever had to defend yourself?
Mm-mm.
No. Any bear spray or anything like that?
I
Camping?
mean, we keep bear spray in case we have bears. I mean, I grew up here, so I always make sure.
Absolutely.
But we've never had bear issues or really any animals.
Okay, so you guys don't have any other things to protect yourself against a bear or anything when you're going camping? 'Cause if I were to go camping, I would. I'll be honest, I would have my gun or a knife or something, right? And so that's why I was like, if you camp so much.
We have bear spray, and then he keeps a pistol in the car for just in case, but it doesn't. Never had issues.
Never had to shoot a bear?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good thing. Okay, that's a real good
Most
thing.
pistols would do nothing against a bear.
Well, and that's what I was getting
really
into next.
rifle.
Unless it's some sort of huge caliber. What caliber is it?
Oh gosh. He's the one that knows that well, not me.
What would you think it is?
I know nothing. I know he's told me this. I think that FN that he has is a 9mm.
Okay.
I think, if I remember correctly. I'm not positive.
So here she's pretending like she doesn't really know about guns. Like, I've seen it, but I'm not sure what it is. But let's see what she said next that contradicted this act.
So you described an FN. A lot of people don't know what FN means. What does that mean?
Yeah, he just has like the FN. It's the like FN 509 tactical. So it's it's like tan and it has a little scope on it. That's the best I can describe it.
So have you ever shot that?
No.
You guys don't go target shooting or anything?
We do to the range, but I've never shot that one.
What have you shot?
I've just shot. We have a hunting rifle for deer hunting, so we work on like aiming with that. And then we have like a little .22 pistol that we just take it to the range, and then a little like 1904 rimfire that's like shoots the like tiniest little things ever, but it's adorable.
You know your guns, obviously, because you're spitting out all these.
I know it because of him.
Okay.
I was not ever raised around guns, but.
Okay. Would your familiarity be? What would your familiarity be with? Let's go with the little last gun you said. It was a little. What kind of? You described it as being a small caliber gun.
Oh, the rimfire?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, he bought it at a gun show that was here like a couple weeks ago. This is why I remember this. But it's like, I think it's like 22 short. It's not like the normal 22s. But it's like from 1904. And it just has this like tiny little scope on it. It's really cute. It's original. But yeah.
And what about the next one that you described?
The hunting rifle?
I think it was.
Yeah, it's like a little camo. I don't remember what the brand is, but I know it shoots 308s. And we just use it for deer hunting, so we just practice shooting with it.
Have you guys ever shot deer with it?
Not yet, no. This is the first season that we're gonna be doing together, so.
When did he get that gun?
Oh boy, it was way before we got together, so I don't know.
Okay. And then, so you got the 22, you got the 308, and then what else?
He has an M15 for just like target shooting. He has a little M1 Garand that does not work. It's like original and it's super old. That's all that I can think of, actually, off the top of my head.
And then you mentioned FN, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Tell me about the FN.
That's just his little, it's, oh boy, it's like tan, I don't remember what it's called. I remember that came with it, but it's like a little black thing on the end of the barrel. So it's like, there's like the circle where the bullet comes out and it like sticks out further than the actual barrel. I don't remember what it's called.
What does it do?
I don't know. I don't remember. It has like a little scope on it. It's just like a normal little sight that has like, it's kind of like red glass
Okay.
on it, that like changes colors in the lights, and then it's just like the regular like gun is just tan.
Okay. And what caliber was that one again?
A
A
9mm.
9mm.
I
Okay.
think.
If you pay attention closely, you'll notice that Ayla mentioned up to 7 different guns and described 5 accurately. For someone who doesn't know guns, she surely knows exactly which one has a red dot sight that works better at night. Watch how comfortable she is talking about this, because that comfort is going to become a very big problem for her very soon.
Do you use or
No.
no? Does he?
He smokes weed, but that's really it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty normal now.
Yeah, he used to work with it, so he used to trim for a grow.
Oh, he used to trim the plants?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you were in Colorado, were you under the influence of anything?
No.
Okay. When's the last time you used any kind of illegal substances?
Oh gosh. I don't know exactly. It's been a while. I don't have a good estimate though.
Months?
Yeah, at least a month.
Okay. Use any of that in Colorado?
Mm-mm.
No. What about him?
No, not that I remember.
Okay. So when you were in Colorado, then I want to make sure I'm understanding is you didn't use or buy any drugs there?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so you're completely sober the whole time?
Yeah.
You didn't even have a beer?
No.
Okay, wow.
I mean, he drinks beer sometimes, but just because it tastes nice.
I drink beer.
He doesn't get drunk at all.
It's fine. And so during this trip in Colorado, was he drinking a lot?
Not much, no. He probably had like 2 beers, maybe, max, and it doesn't affect him at all.
So he was sober the whole time? You guys weren't drunk? Okay, so you remember your trip pretty clearly?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember going by a Safeway? Did you guys go to a Safeway to go shopping for food?
The only time I remember going to food was in King Soopers in Denver.
When you were in Colorado, all your stuff that you described, camping equipment, your dog and stuff like that, that all stayed in the car with you?
Mm-hmm.
So those are your prized possessions?
Well, I mean, when we left the campsite to go back to Denver, and then to see like Great Sand Dunes, our tent and like our chairs and our sleeping bag were just back at camp. You just leave the tent pitch, but other than that, everything else stayed in the car.
So the people that you saw, your relatives,
Mm-hmm.
Based off of what you're telling me, it was just for a short period of time.
Yeah, I mean, we saw, I think, Linda and Silas for like 6 hours, Brooklyn for like 5.
Okay, so you didn't loan them your car or give them your car or anything like that. Did you use their car?
No.
Okay.
We like rode in their car, but that was it.
Okay, but you didn't use their car by yourself with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they didn't use your car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Has anybody used your car in Colorado?
Not that I know of.
Okay. I mean, you would know.
Yeah, I probably remember.
Okay.
I have a pretty bad memory, but
I think you'd remember if somebody used your car because I think it has your dog and everything in. Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
would. Okay. And I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I would assume based off of your descriptors and being sober that you would remember if somebody else used your car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your car, let's talk about that. It's a nice car. It's unique. Would you describe it as a unique car?
Probably, yeah.
Why?
I don't see him around all the time. I mean, since we have a Volkswagen in Bozeman now, I see him more, but it's not like anything super, it's not like a Lamborghini, but it's It's not like a Chevy, so
You're right.
stands out slightly more.
I'm glad you said that word. It does stand out.
Yeah.
It's a unique car, especially with the roof, the storage compartment up there. It's pretty neat. It's nice, and it does stand out in the way that it does have that roof rack, and unfortunately it's not registered, but the grill shows because it doesn't have the front license plate. It just looks nice and it stands out. I agree. And the reason I think it stands out, and I know it stands out because I was looking at it, and I saw that all those things that you're describing to me, and I was like, yeah, that's a nice car. And where I saw that car was in Loveland, and that's where I work. Okay, and that's what I'm trying to get at is your car that you guys were in for a short period of time was in Loveland. And this is where I'm being very honest with you. I'm not lying to you at all, okay? And I just don't want you to be scared to be honest with me, because it's not a big deal if you're driving this nice fancy car in Loveland, okay? But you're saying you never were in Loveland, but I know for a fact that car was in Loveland. That's what got me here to Montana to speak with you. Okay, so I'm going to just go back a little bit and maybe just jog your memory a little bit based off of how I just described it. Think carefully about when you guys were in Loveland for a short period of time in the evening, and it would have been on Wednesday.
Now this is the moment Ayla realizes she's doomed. She's just noticing that everything she's been describing and explaining for the past 40 minutes has only confirmed what the detectives already suspected. And when they finally tell her that the car she claims to be hers was seen in Loveland, she falls completely silent. What could she say to cover all this up? Well, let's find out.
I don't remember anything.
Okay. In a little bit, I'm gonna show you some pictures, and that way maybe it'll jog your memory, okay? But downtown Loveland, have you been to downtown Loveland ever? I mean, you've been to Loveland, but
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't remember.
okay. Well, on Wednesday, your car was there, okay? And I know you were in the car, and so was he, okay? And I'm just trying to figure out who was driving. I mean, at night, it's more than likely you're driving because his eyesight's maybe not the best at night. It's not a big deal. I mean,
I usually drive at night. I'm not following.
okay, fair enough. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna help paint the picture for you. Okay, your car, you're driving with him in the passenger seat, goes through Loveland. Okay, and I have video of it. Okay, and that's why I say this with such confidence, because I have video of it, and that's how we ended up here through your license plate and all of that, right? Your car, when it was in Loveland, okay, you need to really think about what your answer is right now, because this is what I know about you. I know that you have a lot of people that love you and a lot of people that care about you. And the reason I say that is because I know about you, because I wouldn't come all the way to Montana from Loveland without doing a little bit of research about you. And everything that we have discovered and found out about you is that you have got a lot of family that loves you. And that's not normal for me all the time. Most of the time, I run into people that don't have family, that don't have a support system, that don't have people that care about them. That's not the case here. It's quite the contrary. Okay, and so I know that you're very smart. Were you a straight A student?
Mostly.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to just guess that, So that's what I'm trying to say is I'm not lying to you when I tell you have a lot of people that love you and support you, okay? And you have a very long, great life ahead of you. You're engaged, you got good things happening for you, okay? And what I don't want is you're 18. At 18 years old is for you to just be afraid to talk to me and be honest with me and then get yourself into trouble for not being honest, okay? You're here, you've obviously been arrested, okay? And you were arrested for something that happened in Loveland, okay? Now talking to me, okay, and being honest, I'm the person that relays your level of honesty and cooperation to the people who need to know about when you were in Loveland and what happened in Loveland and why it happened. There's reasons for everything, okay? And that is where you come into play with regards to honesty and thinking about what's in your best interest, okay? Because you are way too young and you have way too many good values in you to not be completely honest. I just don't want you to be frightened by talking to me, okay? Honesty is the best policy in life, okay? People can take away your car, people can take away your money, people can take away a lot of things in this world, but there's one thing that nobody can take away unless you allow them to. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's your word.
There it is. 40 minutes of letting her talk, and Detective Cortina just put everything on the table in one sentence. She's been caught, and they have it on camera. There is nowhere else left for Ayla to go. Notice she doesn't ask what video or where it was taken from. She already knows exactly what street that camera was on.
That makes sense? And the way you allow somebody to take your word away from you is when you lie, right? Because then you're not trusted. And so now nobody believes you, right? I'm not there with you. Quite the contrary, you're being very honest with me. But I know that you're worried, you're scared, but you have a lot going for you. And I don't want to see you not be honest with me because you're scared and all of that, and then find yourself getting in trouble for that. It's simple. I know and you know, okay, what I'm here for, okay? It's just Loveland, okay? I can tell you that everybody on this earth that was around you during that time that you were in Loveland is still on this earth, okay? I can tell you that nobody is killed or anything of that nature. But if I don't know the reason behind what happened when you were driving through Loveland, that's where it gets complicated, because then we don't understand why this random thing happened in Loveland. So if you knew these people, and I understand you giving me the look like you don't know what I'm talking about, but what I'm talking about is an incident that happened when you were driving in downtown Loveland, okay? If you didn't know the people that I'm going to explain to you right now, I need to know that. But if you did, I really need to know that, okay? Please just think carefully when I ask you this question, okay? Because this is a big question, all right? And remember, I have video. And so this is where the rubber meets the road, kiddo, okay? And I mean this. I really do. I'm being so upfront with you. Is when you're in Loveland, you guys, either you or him or both of you shot at some people that were lying on the street, some transients, homeless people, okay? I don't know what these people did to you guys, if they did something to provoke that, if they had just tried to hurt you beforehand, if they ripped you off, for whatever reason. But there's reasons behind everything, and those reasons is what I need to know from you, okay? It's not if it happened because I have it on video. It's why. Is there something that provoked this to happen? Because you, knowing what I know about you, you wouldn't just go out and, this just wouldn't go out and happen. There's a reason why this happened. And that's what I'm trying to get to understand. Nobody died. I can tell you that right now. Everybody's fine. But we have to understand why it happened. Does that make sense to you at all, kiddo?
Yeah.
And so, what did these people do? Did they do something to you? Did they rip you guys off? Did something happen that created this situation?
I don't know.
Well, did they do something to your fiance that you?
I don't know.
What did he say? That why did this happen?
I don't know.
He said, "I don't know why I did this." I mean, I don't.
I don't know.
You help me understand that. Help me understand. You don't know. You don't know why it happened. It just happened, or is it?
I don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know anything.
It's obvious Ayla knows that she's been caught, but deep down, she still hopes for a way out. She's trying so hard to look like she's lost, but then her facial expression says, "Shit, I've been caught." Now let's see her reaction when the detective drops down the details of what happened last night.
I got a video of your car with you guys in it, driving through Loveland on Wednesday night, a little after 9 o'clock, okay? That 9mm gun in your car, either you or he took a couple of shots at some transient homeless people lying on the floor. Okay, it's not rocket science. And the reason I say that is because we got video. It's unfortunate for you guys that you get this happened where there happens to be a video camera. Okay? And you guys just take off. But I don't know what happened beforehand to provoke that. So this is something that was they're saying they were going to do something to you, and you're trying to protect yourself to prevent that, which is why sometimes people carry guns to protect themselves. I need to know that. Because right now, all I have is a video. And the video just shows you guys driving by, doing the shooting, and simply leaving, and it looks like it's just unprovoked. And so, if there was a reason behind it, that's the big piece of this puzzle that only you know, not me, because I wasn't in the car. Okay? I don't want to see you get yourself in trouble for something like this if you didn't pull the trigger. And if you did, what's the reason? What were these people, did they do something, or was it something that it was just a, you know what, we just were screwing around with the gun when we drove by and it went off? It was something like that. I need to know that. Because right now, we've got the bullets from that gun, the casings, fell out the window. See what I'm saying? Got that stuff. Got the video. And so we have to understand why. And so, did you pull that trigger?
No.
Would you do something like that?
No.
So why do you think he did this? What's the reason behind this? Are these people somebody he knows?
There's no way.
Well, I don't know. They're transients. They're actually homeless people that were laying on the street. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Do you guys know these people? Did you go there for a reason? If you went there to even buy weed, I don't know. That's why I asked you about that. I was thinking, well, maybe they ripped them off trying to buy some weed. Maybe they took some money and they said they were going to be right back, and they never came back, and then you know, and that's what happened. A mistake happened. If that's the case, well, now we have an understanding of to why this happened, right? But if you didn't go there to shoot at these people, I need to know that. I'm being so sincere with you. I really am. You just can't go shoot people and not have a consequence, right?
I know that.
And so that's what I'm getting at. So we have somebody that was shot in the leg. He's going to be fine. I can tell you that right now. Actually, in the foot. He's going to be fine. Okay? He's out of the hospital. Everything's fine. But we have to explain why that happened. Why that gun that was in your car was fired. Why did either you or him decide to point that gun at that person? This is the gun with that red dot thing that works at night, not in the daytime, right? That works better at night. Okay, and that's designed to aim at someone. Okay, and that's exactly what it did that night, is it aimed at someone and it shot them in the foot. Luckily, it didn't shoot him in the face, didn't shoot him in the body. It shot him literally in the foot, right around the left, the small toe. And it's all caught on video, and that's how we got here. That's how we got your registration. That's how we found out where you bought that car. That's what got us here. And that's why you're under arrest.
At this point, the best thing Ayla can do is stay quiet, but silence on its own is an answer. Just moments ago, she was trying to prove she had nothing to do with whatever she was being accused of. Now she sits there, listening as the detective calmly explains exactly how that gun was used on that street. And suddenly, Ayla has no words to defend herself. But the video is not even the worst thing detectives have with them. And what comes next is going to take whatever is left of Ayla's story completely off the table.
You're arrested right now by the police officers here in Montana. Did you have a purse on you?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a gun in that purse?
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of gun is that?
Oh gosh. It's just one that he has me keep in that purse, just in case anything happened to me.
Okay. And what caliber is that?
I think it's the same as the FN.
And what caliber is that?
9mm.
Okay. So we have the casings that were ejected out of your car. Okay. And this is where it even gets, honesty is way bigger at this point. So we have your car with you guys driving. Either you or him decided to shoot at these people lying on the ground. Okay. Now we have you getting arrested. What is it? 4 days later, 5 days later today, with a 9mm. Okay. So maybe this is the gun that shot him. I don't know, but I can guarantee you that ballistics don't lie. And you know what ballistics are by chance?
Yes.
What does those mean to you? What does that mean to you?
Trace what gunshot bullet.
Exactly. You're not dumb by any means.
I know there's no way it'll match the Kimber that's in my purse. I just remember that's the brand. It's the Kimber.
Do you have a Kimber?
And it has a little bronze barrel, and I know that it won't match the FN.
Which gun is it going to match?
He also has a Glock 43.
Okay, is that a 9mm?
I think.
Where is that Glock?
We usually keep it at camp, so it should be it'd be somewhere in the car.
In the car still?
Yeah.
You didn't leave it in a camp?
No, so we packed everything up.
Okay.
She guaranteed the ballistics would not match her guns, and in doing that, she just told the detectives about a third gun that has never come up until this moment. She walked into this room trying to talk her way out and just handed them a brand new lead on the way out of it.
You guarantee that is that the gun he used to shoot?
I don't know.
I mean, you guarantee that it's not going to line up to the FN, right? Guarantee that it's not going to end up to the Kimber that's in your purse. How do you guarantee that?
Because I know it wouldn't have been those two.
Was it the, I mean, come on. Was it the
I
Glock?
don't know.
Okay, let me ask you this. If you don't know, did you pulled the trigger?
No,
Are you positive on that?
I'm positive.
Okay. Because that's what I need to know. Because there's a difference between pulling the trigger and not pulling the trigger. Would you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so, what you don't understand is the consequence can actually be the same if you did or didn't pull the trigger, if you were working in concert with the person that did. And what I mean by working is just being with them and going through with it. Does that make sense? And that's why we need to understand this, because this isn't going to go away, and we're going to have all those guns, and we're going to do the ballistics on all of those guns. That I can guarantee you. Okay, and is your DNA going to be on that Glock?
I've definitely touched it.
Okay, so how do we explain this? That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's so much that we have to explain, and it can be an easy explanation, but we have to be honest with each other. I'm not kidding you when I tell you that person did not die. He literally just got shot in the foot. If he died, this would be a way different type of conversation. Okay, so this can be explained. If he would have been dead, I'd say, you know what, you kind of got coming what you got coming. But I don't think you pulled the trigger. I really don't. I'm not feeling that anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. And I hope I'm not wrong, and I hope you're being honest with me when you say that you didn't pull the trigger. Because later on, we're going to find out who pulled that trigger. Your DNA is on the gun too. That's problematic, unless I get some honesty from you. Does that make sense to you? Because
Yes.
when later on comes around, and then you want to say, okay, I'm sorry, I was just scared. I didn't want to tell you because for whatever reason, then it's too late. Because by then, remember what I told you about one thing you can lose in this life? That the only way you can lose it is if you allow somebody to take it from you. It's your word. And so if you don't give me your honest truth right now and give me your word and being honest about this shooting, it's not going to mean much. It's not going to carry much weight later on down the road. And so I just need your honesty. And I think deep inside you are scared, to be honest. That's what
Of course
I think.
I am.
You should be. And that would be normal, because if you didn't, I would be concerned.
Someone with a long history of men just got manhandled. Of course I'm terrified.
Of course you
Can I
are.
please talk to someone?
Like, what do you mean?
Like an attorney or something?
Are you saying you want to talk to an attorney?
Uh,
Do you not want to talk to us anymore?
Not right now, no.
Okay, that's fine. That's your right. So I'm going to explain. You are under arrest, okay, for attempted first-degree murder. Okay? And so what's going to be happening here is we're going to have some people process you, take your DNA, and things of that nature, okay? I'm going to get you some water, okay? And then you're going to be going to the jail in here in Montana, and then you're going to be extradited to Colorado, okay? And then you'll end up going to see a judge over there. So right now you have no bond, so meaning you can't even get out of jail until you see a judge, okay?
From her emotional reaction at this point, she just can't take it anymore. She's scared, but then she doesn't want to confess. And that was her ticket straight to jail. Ayla Osterloth was extradited from Montana to Colorado and charged with attempted first-degree murder. Aaron, her fiancé, was also taken into custody shortly after. The firearms recovered from their vehicle were submitted for ballistic testing against the shell casings collected from the street in downtown Loveland. The man who was shot that night was lying on a street minding his own business when a bullet hit him. He survived, and the fact that we're not talking about a murder charge right now is not because whoever pulled the trigger showed any restraint. It is just luck. Nobody should ever have to worry about getting shot lying on a street at night. That man did not deserve what happened to him. And our heart goes out to him and everyone in that community who deserves to feel safe. Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out one of the craziest cases I've ever covered right here.